So welcome everyone. It's good to see you again. It's been quite a while. Now, today I'd like to kick off this session in the new year by asking you what you're interested in hearing. Why is it that you're here? Why are you coming? So this will take a little while, I guess.
Topics or just
Topics, questions, anything.
self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah.
All right. Anything in particular that triggers that question? Would you like to know what it is or how to generate it?
In particular topic that made me think I needed more of it was I was feeling jealous, and I recognised that it was coming from a not feeling satisfied with myself and looking for love from other sources outside myself.
All right.
So that's kind of like how do you build that essence within you so you don't need it from external sources.
Yes. That's certainly a good topic. So maybe we can start with the question what actually love is. Then we can look into what self-love is. So when we love someone, very often our love is directed towards a significant other, right? So we call it, we love that person. But we also say that when we like chocolate very much or something. I love that chocolate, I love that movie. So what's the difference? We use the same word obviously for many things. So that makes it easy for confusion to arise in that field. So I would say, just from a feeling, that most people confuse love with liking very much. Okay, so when we say we love something or someone, it usually means that we are heavily attached to that something or someone. We like them a lot. And why would we like something or someone very, very much? Because obviously there's some benefit for us. Spending time with that person, I benefit. I feel good, I feel happier, etc. That's what usually if you have someone that loves you and you ask them for the reason why, maybe it's a good question. If someone says, honey, I love you, then you ask them, why is that? What's the reason for your love? And very often then they will enumerate a few things that make them feel happy around you. It's nice to be around you because you make, some say it directly, you make me happy, right? You make me feel like I'm a new man. You give me certain feelings that I like. I can have fun with you. I can be myself around you, right? I feel safe. And all these are reasons why I like hanging out with you. And what if those reasons were gone? Then you have relationship problems. Like if, let's say, I love you because of your eyes. I'm being super simplistic here. Love you because of your beautiful eyes. Then what if those eyes are gone? I love you because of your humor. Well, what if that's gone? Then what if life becomes really serious? And we have to figure out ways to solve tremendous trouble that has arisen. And very often with that goes the love. It just simply fades. And then we say that also I'm not feeling anymore what I felt before. My feelings for you have changed. Let's stay friends. That kind of thing. So that shows very clearly that this kind of love arises due to liking something very, very much. In other words, we call it, in our tradition, we call it attachment. We attach to the things that we perceive as being beneficial to us. So the more benefit we get from something, the more we attach to it. And benefit might be a feeling, it might be money, it might be fame, it might be anything, right? We could attach to a famous person, so it makes us feel a little bit more significant. Like we take the selfie with the superstar. It gives us a short moment of feeling a bit more important. So we say we love that person so much because we feel a bit more like I am someone around that person. I've heard also that in some countries or some cultures there's this idea of having a trophy husband or a trophy wife. It's an actual term that exists. It's like being so proud of showing off your wife to your friends, like she looks so gorgeous, that makes my value go up, right? Kind of like that. So it's basic consumption. But we all have a feeling inside of ourselves, I guess, that says, now that can be the love, the romantic, deep, profound love that we're talking about, right? There must be something more to that than just simply liking someone very much. But let's shortly stay in the realm of what if love was that? Just liking something or someone very much. What is then self-love? Well, liking yourself very much. And so a lot of people who have never really deeply contemplated love, what it really is, actually made the effort of sitting down properly and finding out, not giving up prematurely unless you come to a bulletproof conclusion of what it actually is. Then they would assume, yes, if I love myself very much, it means I like myself very much, so they seek then for things about themselves which are likable. And for some, they don't find anything, so they make up things. They might call things about themselves likable, which they actually don't like. And then they show that off. That's also quite common. Like that we build this kind of pretense. I love myself because. I don't think this is an entirely negative approach, though. Finding things about yourself that are likable is very good. It is very helpful. Most of us need that, because most of us are mostly contemplating things that they don't like about themselves. You look into the mirror to find what? Things that you don't like. So you can remove them, fix them. If you find a picture of you, someone has taken a picture of you somewhere, who do you look at first in that picture? It's a group photo. Who are you looking for first? Of course, yourself, right? You don't even care about the other people in the group picture, but you want to check out if you look stupid or good. Were my eyes closed in the group photo? Did I have that stupid smile again? Is my t-shirt okay? And my hair, is that all right? Yes. So usually our eyes go first to find some sort of mistake. That is a natural thing that we all have. So looking for mistake, scanning the area for danger, seeing if there's any predator there that could eat you up. It's a very ancient kind of thing. So finding things about yourself that you like is certainly going to make your life a bit more easy. Why? Because it makes you a bit more happy. And if you're a bit happier, then it's nicer to be around you on a very simplistic level. So you want to find things about yourself that you like. What would that be? What is it that you like about yourself? If I had you write down a list now, 5 things that you really like about yourself, what would it be that you really like about yourself? Like honestly. Not just writing down like 5 things for the sake of writing down 5 things, but actually thinking it through. Do I consider those things to be truly worthy? Are they really good things? Are they good qualities? Are they truly beneficial? And if you find 5 of those, wonderful. Contemplate them often. Cultivate them. Refine them. Grow them. And share them. Simply through your presence. That is a good thing. But now back to the topic of love. I'd say love is about, in some way, it's about taking responsibility. And so self-love is taking responsibility for oneself, right? You've all heard that saying that you can't love other people if you don't love yourself. Right? We can't take responsibility for other people if we haven't taken responsibility for ourselves. So what does it mean taking responsibility for ourselves? I think that's very simple. Don't do the things that you know are harming you. And do the things that you know are good for you. It's easily said, but it's very hard to do. We all know what's good for us. Yet, often we don't do it. We all know what we like to hear, and yet very often we are stingy, we don't give it. We all know those clever sayings and quotes, etc., but it's hard to do them. And that's what really counts. But taking responsibility also is a result of seeing clearly, of seeing your strength and your power. And where is your strength and your power? Your strength and your power is in action. In taking action. It is in your doing. It is in what you do right now. What you do right now, whether it is mentally, verbally, or physically, it is what you share with the world, isn't it? You share yourself. You can't help but sharing yourself with the world. You share your mental state right now. You share your physical state. And occasionally you share your verbal state. And of course, the most important one is the mental, because the verbal and the physical come from the mental. So taking responsibility for that is what a loving person would do. Like parenting yourself, guiding yourself towards a happier, better existence. That is love. It is self-love. No need to worry about other people or loving other people. If you do love yourself, it is more than enough. Loving other people is nothing you can do. You can't put love on other people other than by loving yourself. So it is the most important thing that we could ever do. Loving ourselves, treating ourselves with respect and properly. Recognizing your strength, your power, seeing what's good about you, that you have the choice to act skillfully, and you have the choice, the power to abandon unskillful actions. That is great. This is fantastic. Let's say someone comes to you with a problem and they complain, okay? Simple scenario. Someone approaches you and they complain about their life being so terrible because of person A. And now that problem comes to you. Now the question is, does it now multiply? Does the problem become bigger through you, or does it stop when it comes to you? you have the power to either make the problem stop within yourself or to kind of make it stronger, to spread it, to make it grow. And obviously that problem wants to grow. Do you provide food? In your mind, problems are coming up. Your mind says, you're not good enough, you can't do that, or life is so terrible, it all keeps happening to me all the time, I'm a victim, poor me. Such a way of thinking is guaranteed to pull you down. So you're pulling yourself down. Why would you do that? So self-love actually here would mean to recognize, first of all, to wake up. See, what am I doing to myself right now? Why would I do that? And what would be better to do? How could I talk in a better way to myself? How would I talk? Maybe a good question to ask yourself, how would you talk to someone that you say, I love that person? And they would come to you and say, oh, I'm feeling terrible today, I have a terrible day, I woke up with a headache, and then I lost money and whatnot. What would you tell them? You'd comfort them, right? And how's it with ourselves? Very often we don't comfort ourselves. We would then criticize ourselves on top of that. You shouldn't have done that, that was stupid. Next time, you need to do that better. That might be well intended, but very often it's just a habit. It's just an old program. Pushing yourself down further. Why don't you lift yourself up? Why wouldn't you lift yourself up? Some spiritual, quote-unquote, people say, oh, it's lifting yourself up, isn't that ego? Yes, it is. Do you assume that ego is bad? Then you already are in a really bad position. Ego is your boat that brings you to your island of freedom from ego. But you need a boat to get there. If you abandon the boat prematurely, that's not very clever. You need a boat, better be a good boat. We need a sense of self in this world. You can't be without a sense of self. And so better we have a good sense of self. Sense of self that uplifts and helps us to get somewhere, actually. That's what I consider self-love. Actually caring for yourself. And then of course effects or like things that arise out of self-love are pure undivided attention as one of the highest powers of love. This pure undivided attention. Have you ever really, truly been listened to in your life? Have you ever had that experience? Like somebody listening to you without any thought in their mind. You are 100% in their attention. Without any judgment. They're not listening to you finding something that's wrong or trying to solve your problem somehow. They're not busy at all. They're just empty, ready to receive you just as you are. Without any addition to it. That is magical. It's amazing. It's great, great power. It feels very much like coming home. So that is an expression of love. Can you give that to yourself? Then you have self-love. Can you receive yourself in pure, undivided, non-judgmental attention? And leave yourself right there. Not trying to cut things away and add things. Can you appreciate what there is just as it is? And I mean including your pain and your drama and your BS and all that. Can you accept that too? And then can you take action to remedy it if there are problems? It's not just accepting and then sitting there floating in your bare acceptance. Then comes the doing, the uplifting, What do you do about it then? And all that is an aspect of caring, of loving, isn't it? There are good questions to ask, and I recommend yourself, when you come back home, like writing down, what are the things about me that are worthy of love? What are the things about me that are worthy of love? And don't come up with a canned answer, like everything's worthy of love, like an Instagram quote, you know? This is the Insta answer. Not like that. But actually contemplate, what about me is worthy of love? Really go deeply into that, quietly. Take your time with these questions. Write down your conclusions, then question your conclusions. Spend time. Give yourself that time. And trust your own instinct also, and your own observation. See, what is it that is true love? What do you come up with without any books? Without any explanations? What do you come up with from yourself? Your own observations, your own understanding. And then double, triple check it. Put it to the test. If you say, oh, love is pure acceptance, and I do love myself, can you accept all of yourself? Can you sit there still for an hour and accept all of it? That is a good start, putting things to the test. Or do you run after 10 minutes? That is a clear point that you're not really in love with yourself. Otherwise, why run? Maybe your love is still very partial. You only want the good stuff, you don't want the bad stuff. So please don't be satisfied with canned answers or quick results and conclusions, coming to fast conclusions. Keep asking questions and keep putting things to the test. That's the spirit of anybody who does good spiritual work. They're not just satisfied with little answers, and they keep asking, keep digging. So far, did that clear up a few things? Yeah? Good. Anything else? We have 5 more minutes. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it mean is the only true love is the love for ourselves? We are really not able to love other people?
We don't
Instead
even,
of them, like them, the humor, the eyes, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, like, do you know other people?
It's hard to let me know them.
Yeah, then you only have what they give you, right? They might be giving you what they ever prefer to give you right now. I give you my chocolate side, I give you my... Yeah. It's even hard to know yourself, right? You look inside and you close your eyes and you just try to understand what's going on. Is that easy?
No.
What about other people? Even harder. We can't see their mind. We can't see their true intentions. And even their true intentions are constantly changing. So it's impossible to understand other people. So is it then possible to love them? I would say only in the sense of leaving them be. Like live and let live. Stop trying to fix other people. This is a sign of not loving yourself. You need to run around and fix other people, right? That would be a clear sign of somebody that is not at peace with themselves. So they perceive disturbance outside of themselves. When there is no disturbance, there is no problem outside of yourself. There's only the problems that we perceive. And where do we perceive problems? Right here. Yes. So when we make problems in our mind, problems exist. The mind is very powerful. So if you are at peace, if you are at ease, everything and absolutely everyone is welcome. The world is okay the way it is, with its dark side and its light side. Both exist in perfect balance. Not touching that is a good start. And then acting from a place of being at ease with yourself, of not being in conflict with yourself, is already the best contribution. As I said, if you are a force in the world where problems come to an end, it's the most beautiful gift that you can give into this world, isn't it? Into your relationship. Not even thinking about the entire world. What if you could give into your relationship happiness? Just an absence of problem making in your own mind. Like, why did you say that? Why are you looking at me like this? Like, just relax. Relationship is better. No need to make problems out of everything, because we're insecure, for example. We don't like ourselves, so we interpret everything in terms of not liking ourselves. That's where the problem can end. Give your partner that, and it's nicer. It's very simple, straightforward. So we do stay with ourselves. The individual is the most important force. Groups are second. Groups consist of individuals. It consists of individuals that are angry, quickly have an angry group. That is very dangerous. And very often these angry groups are very self-righteous. And they put a whole lot of hate into this world in the name against hate. It doesn't work that way, Violence produces violence. It boggles my mind how that simple principle isn't observed and learned over the centuries. We still believe that violence can solve problems. No matter where the violence comes from, it's still violence and it still comes from the wrong place. For example, the place, I know what's best for the world. That's deceit. Conceit. We think, I know what the world needs. I know what you need. Let me show you what you need. And if you don't believe me, I will bomb you with hateful messages until you get it. It doesn't work that way. But it's a very common topic nowadays. Lots of division and conflict between people. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody. Yeah. And love starts with that one person that starts to listen. One. Genuinely listen. Yeah. Okay. Good then. It was nice having you.